Tonight on CTV News at 11:30. Police close Highway 144 through Dowling after a cruiser and snowmobile collide. Plus, it's been almost 1 month since that massive storm in Timmins, and some school buses still can't get through their routes.
We've heard from some parents, definitely the frustration.
We'll have more on the situation, including what the city is offering up. And mining, the major topic of a conference today in Sudbury.
We are really going to see an economic, social, and environmental boom in the province.
It all stems from a report that suggests more needs to be done.
CTV News at 11:30 with Ian Campbell and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for staying up with us. Highway 144 at last check through Dowling and Greater Sudbury remains closed at this hour due to a crash. OPP say the crash was between one of their cruisers and a snowmobile. Drivers were asked to avoid the area as investigators began to comb through the scene. A lot of unknowns at this hour. Police revealing little about the drivers involved. Our CTV cameras capturing the snowmobile tonight in the area. Which cruiser was hit is still unclear. We'll update you when more details become available. Work is proceeding on the City of Timmins' connecting link. City officials posting this update and drone video to their Facebook page late this afternoon. According to the post, work on installing the water main at Lawrence Street is now complete. The area still needs asphalt, traffic poles at the Porcupine Mall entrance, and final site approval. They're expecting the road to be open sometime in February. Meanwhile, 3 weeks after a wicked snowstorm, some school buses in Timmins are still not able to run their routes. Officials with Northeast Tri-Board Student Transportation say 57 out of 77 buses were on the road as of today, and 33 of those buses are only doing partial runs. They say there are still some residential areas that have yet to have snow removed, such as in the south end. There is no word yet for when all school buses will be operating as usual.
We've heard from some parents, definitely the frustration. They want an idea of when their bus stop will be serviced, because they do see buses on the road and routes being serviced, but not particularly their bus stop. So they have those questions when perhaps they might be able to see theirs. So we've been hearing that chatter.
In the meantime, the city is offering free rides on Timmins Transit, but reloadable transit bus cards must be picked up at the transit terminal. Today in Sudbury, it was all about the future of mining. Ontario's Chamber of Commerce hosting a panel discussion, but conversation centered around a recent report. CTV's Amanda Hicks has more.
The official launch of Mining 2030, Unearthing Ontario's Potential, took place at Sudbury Science North, where panelists discussed the findings.
It was really important, I think, for the OCC to host this event in the North, being such a large impact on this industry and really being the key to unlocking this potential. So we're very excited to work with the Ontario Chamber of Commerce to host this event here, where it makes sense.
The report was released by the Ontario Chamber of Commerce's Mining Policy Council in December. It argues that more needs to be done to unlock Ontario's critical mineral potential on a provincial and federal level. Some of the recommendations include strengthening Indigenous partnerships, using a one-stop shop process for all permits to create mines faster, and start a long-term strategy for infrastructure.
I think one of the biggest challenges that the report addresses, and we saw this throughout the last year with a lot of regulatory reform of Canada that Canada and both Ontario put forward, is really the speed at which and efficiency at which mining projects pass through the regulatory system. It hasn't been a great source of investor confidence.
As we open up more mines and we do it with greater regulatory certainty and speed, and we do not have to diminish any of the environmental or Indigenous rights, we are really going to see an economic, social, and environmental boom in the province.
This report to me is a great catalyst continuing that conversation, and for our friends in the GTA to realize the importance of mining in the everyday world, as well as to the everyday wealth that we're generating and contributing to our province and to our country.
The panel wrapped up with a focus on the next decade, noting that amid global instability, Canada's reliability is our greatest asset. They see the report as more than just a plan for extraction, it's one of partnership. Amanda Hicks, CTV News, Sudbury.
Sault Ste. Marie's member of provincial parliament had another court appearance today. Legal counsel representing Chris Scott made a brief virtual appearance in front of Judge Michael Varpio this morning. Scott is being charged with assault related to an incident from last September. The MPP's legal counsel requested a 2-week adjournment to allow for out-of-court discussions with the Crown. The matter will return February 4th. The coldest night of the year is quickly approaching. It's a yearly event that raises money for charity, and this year it comes while many organizations are seeing a significant slowdown in donations. CTV's Corey Nordstrom reports.
For the last 14 years, Saultites have braved the cold for a walk that supports St. Vincent Place. The Coldest Night of the Year walk serves as a critical fundraiser for the organization that operates a thrift store, transitional residence, and has many food-related services for those who are struggling.
We definitely see a huge decline in donations January and February, so Coldest Night is definitely a huge bump for us. It's really important. I mean, it's even outside of the time of the year. It's really important in terms of our, our budget and our ability to help those in the community that we do.
This year's event takes place February 28th, with each of the 4 major Northeastern Ontario cities taking part. In North Bay, the funds go toward the Gathering Place, which also organizes the walk.
We would typically see about, I would say we're averaging about 230 walkers per year, which is amazing. Great community support. It's an amazing opportunity to get the community together.
One of the focal points of the event is for attendees to get a small sense of what being in the elements can feel like for people who are unhoused.
So when they spend that, hour or so walking, it does kind of sink in that, hey, to spend a night in this would be really miserable.
It's one thing to talk about homelessness and our citizens in the city who are struggling with that and the cold and the struggles and the challenges that they face. I guess it kind of makes it more tangible, right?
For start times, routes, and other information, visit the Coldest Night of the Year website. That's where you'll find the specifics for cities nationwide, including the Sault, Sudbury, Timmins, and North Bay. Any details that have yet to be posted to the website will be added closer to February 28th. Corey Nordstrom, CTV News, Sault Ste. Marie.
The chair of the Social Services Board in Nipissing is lobbying the provincial government for the Learn and Stay grant program to include early childhood education students. Following talks with 2 Ontario cabinet ministers at a recent conference in Toronto, Mark King wants to see childcare agencies be able to hire qualified staff quicker. The Social Services Board is asking the province to launch a pilot project. If that were to happen, the province would cover the cost of tuition, books, and supplies if students agree to study and work in underserved communities.
We don't have the trained people inside the system to look after the shortfall. And that's sad because, if we had more people that were trained to make this work, there'd be a lot of probably very happy families.
The Ministry of Colleges and Universities says it has no plans to expand the Learn and Stay grant beyond healthcare programs. Sudbury City Council is backing a new supportive housing development. At last night's Finance and Administration Committee meeting, staff were directed to apply for funding. If approved by the Build Canada Home Supportive Housing Program, the project would see a 40-unit built on this parcel of land next to 720 Bruce Avenue. City officials say the land is already zoned, which could expedite a modular build.
So that we have a place to transition people maybe who got stabilized at Lorraine, but they can't live independently. They need a permanent supportive housing building. It is, so it's not transitional, and it will provide supports for all the buildings, hopefully in the area, for those who need it. So we can have alternatives to independent living, because not everyone is able to manage their day-to-day affairs.
This is not born on the back of municipal tax dollars. This is in partnership with the feds and in the province, and certainly with municipalities. So that's why we're very hopeful. At the same time, we're going to be one of many applications across the country requesting those funds. We've done it before. We've been successful. We're going to continue asking and work with our partners to continue servicing the ones that need us most.
While city officials don't have an exact cost for the project, council has committed between $1 and $2 million for operating costs. The city hopes to use the money that it earned through the sale of single-family homes in recent years to fund the project. Well, it's Wednesday, and every Wednesday we take time out to interview a mayor of our choosing about issues they're currently facing. It's part of a segment we call the Mayor's Chair, and earlier tonight I spoke with Timiskaming Shores Mayor Jeff Laferriere. Big transit changes are being talked about there. Here's part of our conversation.
We embarked on a study in 2025 really focusing around our existing transit service that we were providing to the municipality of Cobalt and Timiskaming Shores. And through that study was really looking at how we could improve the service, but also any opportunities we could have to expand the service. And so part of that process was really reaching out to a number of the smaller surrounding municipalities to see if there was any interest there. And with the Ontario government having their Ontario Transit Investment Fund available, we've reached out. It looks like we're going to put a funding application through in 2026 and really focusing on growing the transit service to, heading out to the north as far as Englehart, to the south as far as Temagami, heading out to the east to the Quebec border, and out as far west as Elk Lake.
Our thanks to Mayor Laferriere. That full interview will be posted later to our website at CTV News Northern Ontario.ca. Next week, we'll sit down with Sudbury Mayor Paul Lefebvre. Time now for a short break here on CTV News. Coming up, Rick will have your full weather forecast. For now, look at the weather warnings we once again have in place tonight. And Highway 17 just closing tonight in around the 11 o'clock hour due to this snow squall warning in place. 20 to 40 centimeters possible. Snow squall warnings tonight down the Highway 69 corridor as well. 10 to 20 centimeters possible in Brett and Pointe Au Barrel. 30 to 50 tonight in Parry Sound. And for our Quebec viewers, we've got an extreme cold warning from Timiskaming all the way up to the James Bay coast. That includes Rouyn-Noranda. Checking out current conditions. This is where things sit already, and we're starting to see some of that lake effect snow move off Lake Superior and hit Wawa and Parry Sound. They're seeing some snow squalls. The rest of us, mostly light snow, some blowing snow, some snow squall areas. That warning just dropped for Sudbury and North Bay, so hopefully weather will improve. We'll have more details after the break.
Murdered in Mexico.
He was sleeping next to her body.
A family torn apart.
I just want to know what happened that night.
After her boyfriend is found not guilty.
I have never seen anything like this.
Watch Saturday at 7 on CTV and Crave.
Welcome back to winter as we know it, with snow and warmer temperatures, and then we'll get some colder weather rolling into northeastern Ontario. Forecast radar this hour. This is what we've got going from Environment Canada. And of course, that system sifting through along that Highway 17 corridor. Precipitation at Sault Ste. Marie, Greater Sudbury, North Bay, and points in between. Let's take a look at the 7-day numbers now. Sudbury Nickel Belt. Chance of flurries for a couple of days. -9, -21. Colder with the wind chill, of course. Saturday, some sunshine, -18. Cloud cover Sunday, -17. Chance of flurries Monday, Tuesday, -12. Your daytime highs. Meanwhile, in Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, flurries tomorrow, 10 to 20 centimeters. You can also add in some squalls as well during the day and night, a few more centimeters tomorrow evening. -11 the daytime high, -19 Friday, chance of flurries. Chance of flurries again on Saturday, chance of flurries on Sunday. More of the same Monday and Tuesday, and your daytime highs start to warm up by Monday, -10 and -11. In Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, light snow tomorrow, but the wind chill nasty, -29 during the day. Sunny skies for a couple of days Friday and Saturday, -23 and -21 your daytime highs. Still cold. Sunday, -16, -15 on Monday, with the second day of sun and cloud. Chance of flurries on Tuesday at -16. So again, trying to warm up, but not quite there yet. Timiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake, chance of flurries for tomorrow, -11, colder with the wind chill. Sunny skies for a couple of days at -21. Sunday, Monday, we've got cloud cover, -18, warming up to -14 and -13 by next Tuesday with the chance of flurries. Again, still below normal. So keep a close eye on that. Eventually, it'll get there. North Bay and West Nipissing. Chance of flurries for tomorrow, -8, -19 on Friday, chance of flurries. Sunny and cold on Saturday, -19 your high, -16 Sunday with the cloud cover. Chance of flurries on Monday, -12, and warming up still. Tuesday, -11 with the chance of flurries. So, Ian Campbell, we've got some snow in the forecast in some areas for tomorrow. We've had a lot today in Greater Sudbury, as you know, driving in from Noelville. Now the trend will go to some colder weather and a little bit of sunshine in the next couple of days. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Rick. Well, it's Bell Let's Talk Day, a day set aside to start the discussion, and this year's theme is taking a moment for mental health. CTV's Elena Everson has more on how one local group is helping with that conversation.
People aged 16 plus can walk through the doors at the Canadian Mental Health Association Sudbury Manitoulin to get support. There is also a self-referral available by computer. Dana Carbone is an intake worker, a first point of contact when someone seeks help.
We want to reduce that stigma around mental health. A lot of people might feel uncertain about reaching out for support. So we want to, be very welcoming and encouraging for individuals to come in and access anything that they might need support with.
Many people don't know who to go to or where to go to start talking about mental health, so we want to reduce as many barriers as possible to make it easier for people to reach out, because we know that that's very hard to do.
The CMHA says it's important that people talk about mental health and supports the theme of taking a moment for mental health on Bell Let's Talk Day.
It's extremely important. Many people don't talk about mental health, and although we aim to reduce stigma, part of doing that is actually taking action and making it easier for people to start that conversation.
The theme this year is kind of just opening up the conversation and trying to connect with either your own mental health and understanding your own self-care, or connecting with others and checking in on them and their mental health. So trying to build those, communications and chatting with others about mental health and, the importance of getting support if you need it.
Officials with Bell Let's Talk Day say it's a day dedicated to awareness, acceptance, and action. Alana Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
A lumber mill near Kirkland Lake is getting some help from the provincial government for some key upgrades. Kirkland Lake Forest Products was awarded $1 million to install advanced manufacturing equipment at its mill in Kanagami. The Minister of Northern Economic Development and Growth, George Peary, saying the money will help keep the company competitive in the challenging trade environment. It stands as the most recognizable landmark in Toronto. Its architecture has come to represent the city around the world, and to mark the 50th anniversary of the CN Tower, officials are showing off a multi-million-dollar upgrade. CTV's Natalie Johnson reports.
For 50 years now, it has towered above Toronto.
The tower will be 1,805 feet tall,
shaping the skyline as we know it.
One of the best towers that I've seen in my life.
Yeah, as soon as we saw the skyline, you're able to tell it's Toronto. Cool to see. Cool to get up there.
Now, 5 decades after the CN Tower opened its doors, officials cut the ribbon today on a revamped lower observation level.
Designed to modernize the space, maximize year-round indoor viewing capacity, and add this new glass floor right here for an unparalleled experience.
That glass floor offering year-round views of the 113 stories above the city, surrounded by interactive video walls that showcase Canadian and Indigenous art.
It's why that $21 million investment is key, not only to making sure this tower survives another 50 years, but does it in a way that really shows off who we are as a country, who we are as a people, and what Toronto brings to that story.
The CN Tower may no longer be the world's tallest freestanding structure, but in its 50th anniversary year, it is a symbol of so much more.
It's never been just about height. It's about what this tower represents. Canadian innovation, ambition, and the audacity to reach higher.
Standing tall for Toronto. Natalie Johnson, CTV News.
Still ahead tonight on CTV News. You don't see this every day. The Sioux Greyhound's Netminder manages to do one of the rarest of feats. More on that after this. Well, it was Bell Let's Talk night down at GFL Memorial Gardens. A great night to celebrate mental health and a great night to celebrate our Sioux Greyhounds. And one of the Sioux's newest imports did one of the rarest of feats. Take a look.
Ustavic shoots the puck in. George out of the net. Shoots it up for boards, down the ice, and into the net. Carter George scores!
Yes, that is Sunette Minder and Team Canada star goalie Carter George, of all people, finding the back of the net to get a goalie goal. This coming almost 1 year to the day from the team's last goalie goal with Nolan Lalonde. George and the boys clearly pretty pumped there. As a result, the Sioux goes on to take this one by a score of 5-2. The Hounds are now off until Saturday night when they play host to the North Bay Battalion. Meanwhile, that big win Powassan had over Timmins last night, the Voodoo just couldn't keep that momentum going in a tough, hard-fought one down at the Claude LaRose Recreation Center in Hearst tonight. They took on the Lumberjacks. Lots of back and forth in this matchup, but Hearst gets the win thanks to a late third-period goal. Final score 5-4. Community and police partners gathered in Sudbury today to mark Crime Stoppers Month. After a proclamation and speeches at City Hall, partners went outside to raise the Crime Stoppers flag. Those involved with Crime Stoppers say it's the anonymity that's key to the program's success, since tipsters can provide information without fear of retaliation from those involved in the crime.
With our program, no one will need to go to court, and the information cannot be subpoenaed. Therefore, if somebody does want to call in for a tip, all they have to do is call 705-222-TIPS or go online, and they'll be able to submit their tips that way.
Anonymous tips turn hesitation into action, action into prevention. Time and again, that quiet decision to report has stopped crimes in progress, helped recover stolen property, illicit drugs, and has brought people home. And so if you remember only one thing today, let it be this. Your voice does matter. Your safety does matter. And together we can and we will stop crime.
According to Sudbury Rainbow Crime Stoppers, tips in 2025 led to 53 arrests and helped recover more than $1 million in illegal drugs, stolen property, and cash. The creator of a well-known Sudbury fashion brand will be honored next month by the Rotary Club. CTV's Madison Merrier has more.
Ryan Benoit started the Positive Inception clothing line back when he was a student at Laurentian University. What started as selling t-shirts out of his backpack quickly grew into a community-known and recognized label.
I always loved fashion and I always loved business, so I kind of put the two and two together, and I wanted to kind of create something to allow people to be a little more positive and try to make the world a better place, essentially.
Benoit hopes the Positive Inception name helps to inspire people to be themselves and embrace it with positivity.
One of my favorite quotes is like, your perspective drives your performance. And if you have a positive perspective, your performance will kind of follow, right? And I think it's easier to live life with more of a positive outlook and see the good things out of everything. Even if there's a bad situation, there's always something good that comes out of it. And I think if you have that mindset, it can really help you go a long way.
Benoit's recognition for his positive and selfless spirit is also being awarded by the Paul Harris Fellowship from the Rotary Club of Sudbury in February.
So Ryan, as you know, is a successful business person, but his brand really is an inspiration to many people in Sudbury, and he's an inspiration. It's not really just the clothing, it's sort of the Positive Inception lifestyle that inspires so many people.
I think it's amazing, and it's going to a good person and someone that merits it. Yeah, for sure.
I'm really looking forward to the night and there's so many amazing people within this community, and being part of this list and being nominated and being able to receive such a prestigious award, it means a lot. And at the same time, we're able to raise money for a very good cause with Easter seals, and it kind of goes hand in hand.
The Positive Inception in Sudbury has been an example of being able to achieve your dreams if you set your minds to it. And when community members see the logo, they feel that happiness.
No, I think it's the brand itself, being positive and spreading the word. There's not enough of that in life.
Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
An award well deserved. Finally tonight, we have a bittersweet reunion we want to share with you. Baby Verena and her mother, Wendy Heinen, were reunited yesterday at St. Michael's Hospital in Toronto. It was the first time the two were meeting since January 7th, when a tragic collision in Sault Ste. Marie forced Wendy, who was 7 months pregnant, to deliver Verena by C-section. The crash killed the Heinens' 2-year-old son, Devereaux, and the driver of the vehicle that struck them head-on. A GoFundMe page has since raised more than $274,000 for the family. Nice to see some positivity. Hopefully that family's been through so much. That takes us to the end of our newscast this Wednesday night. It's been a remarkable day championing mental health, and just a reminder, as Bell Let's Talk Day comes to a close, it doesn't mean the conversation has to end. Let's be kind to one another, and most importantly to ourselves. For those other 364 days of the year. For the latest news anytime, remember you can head to our website, ctvnewsnorthernontario.ca. You can also download our CTV News app. Thanks for watching. Stay warm. Good night.